and through the season. So if you're looking at, you know, even I think in these games, he's played all three spots, left guard, center, and right guard. So he's earned the right to get some playing time. Wilkin as well had a really good week of practice. That was his best week of practice. So I've said this a million times. I have no problem playing more than 5 guys if it's warranted.
Hey, Coach, the offensive line kind of bounced back, this week versus Wisconsin. But can you talk about the message, Dave, the message you've been trying to get across to them over this week with the bye week going on? And Dave, had a lot of time, just to review tape just from the first 3 games and stuff like that. Can you just talk about the message going forward, as y'all in your conference play?
Yeah, it's always, we always talk about being highly critical of yourself. Did I do that block with the proper technique and effort involved? It's not did my man make the play or not. It's how I did it. So we took a deep dive into every play from this season, watched tape. What are the things we really need to improve on this off week? And we spent a lot of time on that.
Sorry if you've already been asked, but what Elijah Pritchett show you in the Wisconsin game?
Thought he did some positive things, and there's some things to work on, just like all of us, right? That's the O-line world. You're striving for perfection. I don't know if we'll ever get there, but I thought he took some positive strides.
We saw Wilkin get some reps there at right tackle later in the game. Where does that kind of competition stand? Have you all settled on a guy? What is that like?
We'll compete the whole season. They need to compete every week, and that's for everybody. So the moment somebody feels like, hey, I've arrived and I don't need to work hard in practice, and that's when they get passed up. So the more guys that show the ability to play and help us in practice will make us a better unit.
And when you look at UGA, what are you looking for on film review to process and communicate back to your guys?
Well, first it starts with personnel, which they're very good. I don't need to say that. Everybody knows that. They play a lot of guys, which that's obviously a plus for them because we can rotate several guys through. They can stay fresher, play at a higher level. Then you start getting into the scheme. Obviously, they're well coached. They do a great job of scheming up what the other teams do best to try to take that away. So we have to find ways to get better at what we do, find ways to attack their defense, and see where we get on Saturday.
You mentioned during camp, Pritchett's a guy that plays with a little nasty, but maybe needed to see a little bit more consistency from him. Where have you seen him progress maybe from that standpoint?
Yeah, that's the thing. Playing with an edge comes with confidence. When you know what you're doing, you can turn it loose. That's what happens, right? When you're up there and you're thinking pre-snap, you're going to be hesitant, and it's not going to be a successful play. So I think it's a thing for him is ultimately for Pritch, when he has confidence, he plays at a high level. So he needs to make sure that obviously he's prepared, because preparation gives you confidence, and that he can play at a high level every snap. That's what we're looking for from him.
What's the biggest difference as or expectation for your offensive line as you guys prepare for conference play? Whether it's Georgia, whether it's beyond, what's that, one piece of, advice or technique that you're like, you need to do this or you're going to get beat in SEC play?
Yeah, it doesn't change. It's what we've been doing from spring, fall camp, going into the season. It's the opponent matters, but ultimately it's about us. How hard do we work every day? How hard do we work to improve our technique, right? And all the different schemes we have. How much time do I put into it so I make sure that I know what I'm doing and I'm prepared to do it? And if you're constantly pushing yourself, and like I said, that we're striving for perfection to play at a high level, then game day will take care of itself.
How have you seen, them respond to that, striving, especially after a performance like Wisconsin? Is there more of a confidence especially in your starting 5, or is it kind of one that's, not looking for, praise or affirmation? Like, it's just going to continue to strive?
Yeah, obviously, they felt a heck of a lot better after the game than they did the week before, but we're still not where we need to be. Yeah. And the minute you start feeling good about yourself, right? You've heard the rat poison word around here, right? You got problems. A lot of the same people that were telling them they weren't any good are patting them on the back right now. None of that means anything. They know and we know what we got to do on a daily basis. So, great, we got better, but we're not where we need to be. It's not our standard. We got to continue to work.